We can call our July meeting to order at 6:03. With that, we will rise to say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Present, we have Kate Beauperlant, Suzanne Miller, Rachel Ricard, Valerie Musciano.
Here.
Absent at this time is Erica Kalwara, Kathy Grant, and Megan Wicks. And also present is Superintendent Scott Fetter and myself, Board Clerk.
Okay, our agenda looks pretty slim for what our needs are for July, so thank you all for making an effort to come. I know we were like, let's see what we need to get done and what kind of business we need to get done versus the end of August, so this week should be quick. I will recite the mission statement. Voluntown Board of Education's mission is to provide our students the skills essential to reach their highest potential in a safe environment for learning as they aspire to become responsible, respectful, and civic-minded members of society. We commit to help educate, challenge, and inspire each child to excel as lifelong learners who can adapt constructively in an ever-changing, multicultural, and technological world. I don't have my glasses on, folks, so bear with me. No, I'm good. I felt really confident. So, we don't have any correspondence or public comment, I guess, tonight. So we can move on to our approved consent agenda.
I just had that one correction. I had to add the word special
Oh, right, the special.
to that last meeting. We changed the time, so it's just, sorry, to the June 11th.
Okay, so
I
yeah,
missed a word.
the June 11th board meeting, we just need a quick motion to approve the consent agenda, amending the June 11th minutes by adding the word special meeting. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? None heard? Motion passes. Okay, moving along to this month's consent agenda. Do you have any questions or discussion? No questions? We have a motion to approve as presented. Motion. Second. Any opposed? All in favor? Aye. Sorry. Motion passes. Reversing it. Okay, the administrator reports. I know. Yeah, I think we have it in our packet, so that's the other two.
Yeah, the two are there.
That's great.
So some good news to share. Brendan Camero, who is our shared transportation coordinator with Preston, has begun, hit the ground running. We are in the middle of putting out our RFP for the buses. We had to respec those buses from the last purchase. The last purchase of buses was missing some important factors and features. So we fixed the specs and we'll be going to RFP by Monday. So we're gonna do a streamlined version of that, the fastest we're able to do it by law, move it forward and see who we get. And that's it, we'll purchase the buses. In the meantime, I will have to put some money into some of the buses to keep them, going, make sure that everything's good. I was trying to avoid that and trade them in, but we obviously need the buses. We will not have the buses in time for the start of school. Those won't be realistic. So we'll be taking care of that, working with Emil on mechanic and taking care of all that over the summer. Staying on transportation, we have a potential jointure with Sterling. I believe I shared that with you some time ago. Sterling will now be sending students to NFA next year, and ARCA didn't have enough students. So we will. And they all need
welcome. They're all welcome.
So we are currently talking to them about the best way to do this. Brendan will be leading that charge along with the person named Kim over at Sterling. Communications already happened, so I can't tell you the outcome yet of what it will look like, but some level of jointure is the expectation. And that is a savings to both districts. It's just an easy win. We'll be looking to do that with other areas as well, specifically with marine science, if it's possible, as well as potential other areas with some of our special education and district placements. So we're looking to see when and where it makes sense to join districts to do that. Right now, one of the things we're working on, if you walk into the main building, it's a mess. It's a specific, it's a summer mess. It's predictable. We have some moves and changes because with the band of singleton classes, it causes that the best move sometimes is to move classes together. So that's caused some moves. So right now, hey Kathy.
Sorry, I'm late.
So right now you'll see boxes everywhere, so all the deliveries come in. You remember that, all the deliveries coming in.
Yes.
And that's part of it, plus we moved some rooms. The tech office has been in, so both Mike and Irina from our Learn program have been in. They have a plan to get everything ready by the start of the school year. We were able to make some very good purchases. We have the computers bought for the teachers, the last time they were purchased were back in COVID. So they are, it's time. So we were able to take care of that. And the other good news is we're also putting together a package purchase that Mike Moriarty will be working on. That won't happen until the final decision of what the purchase will be in April. Why am I telling you now? Because it takes a while. E-rate, if I share with you E-rate, we get quite a bit of money back. So if it's a $1,000 item, we might only spend as low as $400 for it, up to 60% discount. It's a lot of money, and there's no real, there's no limit on how much that could be. So depending on our financial situation in April, we'll make a final determination. We'll try and reboot our entire infrastructure. It has not been kept up. So you're looking at your switches, servers, all of it. One thing we just did, which I want to share with you, and we shared with the building committee, so I could wait. It all ties in for me, like the building committee is still me, so I'll kind of jump around a little bit. Write that any way you have to, Dee Dee. Scott jumped all over the place like a squirrel. Okay?
Rose paused and said, wait till we go for the.
But so one of the areas that Mike found was we are not protected. Now that doesn't, not cybersecurity unprotected, that we're okay. We're not protected if there was an outage, a serious outage. A serious outage, like you know at home, you can lose things. You don't want to lose things, especially data. So the way I attribute it, when talking in the building committee this morning, if you have a basement, you probably have a sump pump. Why? Because in the case of water damage, you want the water removed by the sump pump. But you know, if the sump pump goes down and the water comes in, you're going to lose whatever you have downstairs. We need to do the same thing with our data and our tech infrastructure. So what we've done is we've taken all of it, the main areas that connect, and now tie into the generator. If there is a power outage that could destroy your data, it is now protected and will reboot up with the generator. We also purchased UPC battery backups for brownouts. Because anytime, you know this at home, anytime, you never know what the damage is. And when this happened to me in a previous district.
a lot of Yeah, we do.
We do.
Because our rural area, we have.
It's what it is, so you have to do
trees
these
all the
things.
time, it's an issue.
I was gonna say, we don't have as many blackouts. We'll be out for
But
days
tech
and
doesn't
days.
care.
Yeah.
It goes
Yeah,
off when
we
it's
have
not
a lot
supposed to, it doesn't care, they can call it black, brown, pink, blue, doesn't matter. It's not good and it's dangerous for data. So we've done all that, and that's all done already. That was in last year's budget. So that was really important, and so we're glad to have done that. So I told Dee Dee I'm just gonna do this up here. So I want to share with you about the 2% lapsing. If you remember, we have a non-lapsing account now, okay? So that account means, that account means at the end of the year, we can do this afterward. Final audits, we can do this in August. We have the ability to do this when we're ready. Right now, we're closing out the 25-26 fiscal year. So we're in the middle of that. Based upon our numbers now, after doing some of these bigger purchases that we needed to do, we are currently sitting at 99.15% of the budget. So 0.85%, it's about $63,000 right now. We have a feeling when we clear everything up, it'll be a little less than that, but that's about where we are. If you think about a $7.5 million budget,
Yeah,
that's budgeting to line.
That's quite a lot.
Yeah, that's,
It's a good situation.
it's close.
So that money, whatever the final number will be, we'll put on a board agenda, and the board would vote to move that money into the non-lapsing account. That's how the non-lapsing account works. Remember, this is the account that's not the town. The town doesn't do this. This is the one that we do. So, and again, we worked directly with the town, with Brian and Crystal, and again, I've only praised that enough times. And everybody knows, this is nothing, I'm saying it in public, there's nothing hidden, it's a very transparent process that's done for this. But, next year we don't know what it'll be. We could be in trouble if we get X, Y, or Z happens, and that's why you want to have something put away. Where you don't have to go to the townspeople to say, hey, we did this, we need this. You don't want to do that. So this is a start, it's a good start. I don't know what the final number will be, but right now it's $63,000. I have a feeling it'll probably be between 40 and 50 at the end. But there's no more spending. Now it's really just getting everything to make sure we're on target. So when we give you a final number, it's the number. Any questions about that? So that's still a new thing for this week. All right. The other part of the building committee update, which is part of my update now, the water tank replacement. So the new water tank, the plastic tanks are in. They are downstairs. Remember, we are leaving the big, ugly, metal, giant tank there. We're just leaving it. We're killing it off and leaving it. We're not. I told Brian I has to paint it a nice color. Maybe a mural. But it stays there. The tanks will get put. The challenge of this is $10,000 of the 30 coming from the DRIP account that we talked about, a $39,000 grant from the state. We are expecting another grant of that size from the state. As long as we get that grant, the money will come from that grant. That leaves $20,000 left, which I'll talk about in a second. If that grant, for some reason, the state changes its mind or has an issue, it doesn't come forward with that grant, we have the critical infrastructure, $85,000, and we have our operating budget. One thing we won't have to do is go to the town. That's the important part. But I don't want to break into the critical infrastructure account either. That is not a goal. There's a goal to not do that. Okay? So we're still looking at,
Even though it's critical infrastructure.
this is critical infrastructure, but I don't want to use it for this. I want to figure out how to cover this without doing that, because the fire panel is still a major issue. Listen, we can't run the district without water, we can't run the district without the fire panel. So they're both must do. We can run the district with yucky carpeting, but not those things, right? Critical infrastructure. But we believe we'll come up with a good solution. We'll front the money out of the budget anyway until we get a determination, but we have to do it that way because we got to pay the people to do the work. So we'll front that money until we determine what's going on with the grant, and then make a decision later. We don't have to make a decision now. I'm just giving you all this out there.
When do you think the grant will come in?
This year it didn't come in until June.
Oh.
And it was the town that had to deposit the money into our account, which they did. So all that money is in our account. We spent the money on the HVAC project, and the $10,000 is still remaining. That's already going to be dedicated to this project. And the other $20,000, again, like I talked about, will come from one of those ones. So that. Tell you about that, tell you about that, tell you about that. Oh, and so if we do have $20,000 left over in the DRIP grant, the board office ramp, it's still fine. We did some work to it to get it secure. It doesn't have long life left. So that's something we have to do. But our quotes, we got 2 quotes, were both above $24,000. So that's not a project that we're currently doing. That would be something we'll consider down the line. I'm just letting you know that's one of the bigger projects on the hook that is going to have to be done. You have to meet ADA requirements. It becomes a non-choice.
Can that be just refloored?
Can it be what?
Can it be like refloored?
So we did what we could without having to rip it apart. So we'll see how long that lasts. But at the end of the day, probably have to be ripped up and rebuilt, which is about,
And they charge a huge amount.
it's big. I mean, anything with wood right now, you know, Ronnie and Jack were both sharing at the meeting this morning, just the cost of pressure treated wood is a fortune right now. So everything is expensive, so if we don't have to do it now, we hold. That project was quoted at about 15,000 the last time they looked at it, which was a few years back, and now it's over 20. So the longer we wait, the longer it gets. But as of right now, it's not a problem. Just letting you know what we're foreseeing. And I believe that would be the only other thing that I talked about in my report is just on here. And I want to change this on the agendas. C and D are not really, C, D, and E are not really like board actionable stuff. It's stuff that we want to give you and so you have, but it's not stuff I need to sit and, there's nothing to do with in a board meeting. It's just stuff you need to have. If you see that,
New business?
C, D, E, yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
C, D, E, C, D,
Our
E.
performance profile.
It's just not something that we would do like this. So I don't know how to restructure yet, but with your permission, I'll play with something, give it to Kate and we'll come up with it. It's just, it looks like there's new business to talk about, but there really
Yeah.
isn't.
Gotcha.
It's just,
For review.
it is what we're doing.
Indeed, under new business.
So I talked about all my stuff. That's C, D, E, G, B, bunch of letters.
Can I go back to one
Yep.
that you talked about, transportation with the buses? How many are we trading in, or how many are we looking to purchase?
Two
What
and
was the last trade-in didn't go as well as was
Yeah.
expected, we're gonna call it?
So-
What do you envision
So
this
we have
next one?
we have a quote for these two. These two are pretty bad. They're not very valuable buses, under 5,000 for the trade. So we might go look to sell instead. With a non-lapsing account, it gives us the ability to actually keep the money. So that's something we're gonna look at between the two. We have some time. But we're looking to buy two new 77 passengers and trade in 141 and 177. And the reason for those two trade-ins, you have more flexibility with a larger bus. There's no real other, it's not that much more to maintain it than is the smaller buses. And you just get more flexibility with it. So if we do more jointers, you don't want to run out of seats on the bus.
And have we looked at all into the ability to cut gas cost down? I mean, even looking through town, right, so in town right now, it's probably 40 cents more expensive than where I just got gas in Jewett City.
Yeah. So once we
And
move
so
to
I
all
didn't know
gas, once we go to all gas, which we still are half diesel, half gas, we're not big enough to do until we move a little further along. Once we do that, we want to work with the town and see if we can get one set of tanks and sink them ourselves. That would be the idea. But we're not there, you don't have the numbers yet to do it. But once we do, we hope that we would get a company, like the propane we were able to do, we hope to get a similar deal like that for gas. There are other districts right now that are still on deals they have for their oil. They pay $3 less a gallon than we have.
Never be one with a fixed rate.
A fixed rate
Yes,
deal.
you get
Yeah, I
that.
mean, it's a risk.
Okay.
They got it at a good time. Two
Yeah.
districts I know are paying the twos, for their oil.
Well,
So getting into one of those accounts is gonna be more advantageous, and doing it together will make it even more advantageous for both.
we're only getting 5,000 for these buses. I was gonna say, if you probably could put them on the market and
You-
somebody
there's-
buy it for a
You can't just
hamper.
put it on the market, there's a process.
Oh, yeah.
So the process is a program, one of those is Gov Deals. And so you put it out on Gov Deals and someone buys it and that's the end of it.
Yeah. And I was gonna say, somebody would buy it as a camper or something, or some church.
They used to sell for about $1,000 to $2,000. That's all a bus would sell for.
Mm.
But in New Jersey, once it hits a year, the age is dead. Can no longer be used as a school bus, no matter how good a condition it is. It could be a 10-year-old bus that sat in a garage for 10 years with no mileage, it's dead in 10 years. Connecticut's less restrictive and it opens up more options. So these buses in Jersey would sell for a scrap, that's it. So here we expect to get a little bit more.
What about looking
They are
at, kind of doing a deal, if you will, with like a local gas station and saying like, we will fill all of our buses here. You will give us 20 cents below whatever the going rate
A rate of
is.
some kind,
Some sort of rate.
some form of rate. Yeah, we can
You know,
definitely try
that way, it's, you know, you're not filling up with, you know, right now at 419, I think I saw that.
389,
Nobody's gonna
depending,
give you
depending
a
on
good
what it
deal
is,
right
gas
now.
or diesel. The challenge for us is gonna be sometimes to have to bring the bus to a place that our buses don't, if you have to travel to get to a place,
Right,
you're killing your savings.
right.
So that matters, because this is not the cheapest, right, local. But you have to balance the time and the cost of gas to get the gas. The best way is sink it and do it.
Okay, just curious.
I was gonna say, nobody's gonna give you a good deal right now.
Right now, today,
That's it, today.
3 or 4 days ago, maybe, today, maybe not so much.
Not so much. It went up like they were saying, throughout the country,
Very
like
good.
40 cents.
When you say sink tanks, how much is that usually?
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't
that's
know.
we have part of the process investigation.
Yeah, it's investigate,
The
yeah,
operational
that's
overhead of
gonna-
it.
You're using the state, it's a state rate.
Oh, it's state rate,
But the
okay,
sinking of the tanks, I don't know.
okay, yeah.
If we found a company that was willing to sink the tanks, that'd be great,
Yeah,
but I don't know how that works yet.
It won't be cheaper than the plastic water tanks.
Yeah, no, I don't think they'll be cheap in the price. Okay. That's about it.
20 minutes, huh?
And then some.
20 minutes, right?
You got a few things left.
I asked questions.
I don't get it. I'll
That's
try.
right.
I thought I was great, so, that does conclude our administrative reports. For old business, we have 2 policies, second reading, 5112 and 5112/01 for age attendance, which are mandated policies. I have a, list the updates.
There was a change in question.
I know, I didn't.
Yeah, there was
the requests, no issues with
I didn't see it.
yes, it is, it's like,
Yeah, that's what I mean, when I look.
yeah.
Finish it up.
Do we have a motion to approve both 5112, age of attendance, and kindergarten enrollment early entry waiver?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? None heard? Motion passes to approve 5112 and 5112/01. Moving along to new business policies, first reading for the alcohol use, drugs, and tobacco regulation. So, again, this is a regulation, it's kind of lengthy.
This is the only mandated regulation. Scott had me check, just so you know.
Oh, yes, okay.
And because of that, my suggestion to you is adopt. Don't play with the mandated regulation on this topic. You can still feel free to do what you want, but my experience with these are when they're mandated in this kind of way, there's only one mandated policy regulation, that's not the time to start wordsmithing. But it's a first read,
Yeah.
so take it home if you want to spend time on it, and something you really want to discuss, we'll do that at the next meeting.
Sounds good. Yeah, the regulations where all the red lines are in, right?
Yep.
Not so much in the policy itself, but it's. Nope, alright, so we will move ahead, that's first read, just take a look over, but it's not one that we're gonna be doing a lot of editing to. So we feel comfortable with our building committee update.
Yeah, Kaden told me, that's a good committee, it's really a good committee. We didn't have all of them there, we have a small group today, but Jack and Ronnie were there, and they are just fantastic guys. They really care about doing good stuff. So, have a lot of input, a lot of knowledge, a lot of history, so very smooth meeting.
Do we think of, when do you think we'll do the next one?
We actually agreed on it as needed, not a regular.
Okay.
So as of right now, we'll probably do something again once we get more info on the drip grant, unless something happens between that.
Yeah, we don't need to do any approvals for the water tanks.
That water tank is approved 100%, no matter how we pay for it, one way or the other, it'll either be, we kind of have de facto approval already to use the critical infrastructure money, should we need to, I'm just trying to avoid that.
Mhm.
Now, that's all we would need the building committee. Remember, the building committee decides if something is called critical infrastructure. That's how we wrote that in the vote. That isn't Kate or me or you. It's the critical infrastructure, it's the building committee. That way the town has a part in it before we just say, you don't want me saying, well, I believe that's critical infrastructure. No, there's a committee that says what critical infrastructure.
And
That's
then major
town.
things get approved by that committee and then come to us for final.
Correct. You still have to approve all, but you can't approve it to be critical infrastructure and use that money.
They choose what it
Yes,
is.
I was gonna say, that method has worked well,
Has,
when they developed that building committee, it's done well.
Do they have their list of things on it?
Everything.
They haven't shared with us.
Oh, sure. And just
Capital.
share the 5-year capital
I was gonna
improvements.
ask, what's next on the list?
Yeah.
Like critical infrastructure.
Right now, the biggies
What's the next
are the
thing?
fire panel,
Right,
and,
we've talked about that for,
possibly the generator, but really the generator seems to be fine.
okay.
The fire panel, you can function without a generator, you cannot function without a fire
No.
panel. So,
yeah, and the curtain is, you know, the.
yeah, the
Zoom
curtain, yeah.
Yeah,
That would be critical infrastructure, but that's a project that would need to be done.
It's just, it's used on a daily basis for the school
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
very.
That's an expensive one, that's a big one.
that's,
Mhm. Okay. Thank you for that update. And
And
then,
on here, Kate, is the personnel, the F.
right. I'm sorry. There we go. We do personnel, that's not until that, right?
Yep.
So the Board of Ed calendar, I know we had talked about that as an update. I know Dee Dee, you shared with me the draft, it's not included in this, right?
Yeah, it was in the packet.
It's in the
Yeah, it was in
packet?
the packet,
Okay, so, never mind. Sorry, missed it. Must be a
It's after the
double-sided.
profile.
Yeah.
I saw it on its own, but,
Okay.
oh, there it is, sorry, thank you. So, district profile, did you wanna talk about this district profile? I know you said it was,
I mean, my understanding is the board asked for this to be in your packets. It wasn't something
I can look at it tomorrow.
Got a lot of good information.
prepared to do much with tonight.
that's good, it's a nice
Reference.
reference point to have, but just, I didn't mean to skip over it, that we know it's in here, we have point of reference for us. It helps us, obviously, as we think about the new school year coming up and some of our strategic planning, so. Okay, and then the calendar obviously has been included, thank you, Dee Dee, for resurfacing something, you added new things to it, which is great.
Yeah, because like you guys had said about the whole evaluation process, like what months, so like found that on CABE and inputted that. So it shows that timeline based on their recommendation too.
Right.
Usually month by month, that's what I use to,
This is protection, Scott.
create the
This is
agenda.
by the way for 5-year-olds. Does that mean they don't want a kindergarten to start at 5? They want to put them out until like 6, like, you know.
No,
I think that's
We
only
changed the
good for
cutoff.
this school year.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is,
Then that cuts off.
I hate that there's a waiver. Shouldn't be a waiver. The age should
should
be,
expire on June 30th, 2027, so it's just this year,
this
this is
year,
still
only
there.
they can, this one check off, and then we're out, whatever.
to me, the grade of a kindergartner is the grade of a the age of the kindergartner. September 1st, and you're born on September 2nd, you're not a kindergartner. Otherwise, it's
And
chaos.
this year only.
It's 1 year.
Well, you all happy with our count? Just send me any feedback, we'll take a look at it and send any feedback if you wanna put dates on it that make us more, like, you know, this is gonna be the January meeting, the meeting dates, actually, you know, X, Y, Z, and these are the things that we expect to kind of review or something, but right now, great person,
Yes.
great person, thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right. Faculty and staff assignments, so that's what you were
Yeah, just-
referring to.
We
that we need to-
provided it for you.
Right. So, we're just making some, motions on, the following personnel. We need a motion for Robert Locken as head soccer coach,
He's our newbie. He's our new Karen Britt.
new social studies teacher in junior high. Okay, and then, a motion for Brooke Montecalvo's resignation as a para with special services. Regrets. Thank you, Brooke, for your services.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None heard? Motion passes for those assignments.
We have the school psychologist
that's
update, do we need to do anything with that?
Exactly.
You did, Becky did, okay.
Got it.
Okay, the non-lapsing account, did you do it? You did it already? Okay, there we are. Did on that, and then our decision about the August 13th meeting date. So, we were thinking that we possibly will not have the 13th date, because there seems to be quite a few conflicts with that, and holding our second meeting date for, well, no, the, in August.
27.
Yeah, that would be 27. I mean,
So the
September
other one is
goes
okay
to
with
the
me.
11th, right, is that one?
The 11th is a Tuesday.
September 10th.
Oh, September 10th, sorry. September 10th is the September meeting date. I just
Okay.
took your lead on how much business we need to get done prior to school starting.
I'm comfortable with 27th, that's what you're looking to.
Where, August 27th?
Our second meeting date in
Oh,
August is the
okay.
27th.
Are we
Do
gonna
whenever.
the first meeting date is the 11th?
No, that's when we already have it adjusted, we
Oh,
might not
okay.
do that date.
All right, that's fine.
So it's not on the 13th, correct?
We're canceling the 13th
Okay.
and just having the 27th.
I'm glad you were saying that.
Because-
No, I was just parroting what she just said, I was like, not the, whatever that first midweek, second Tuesday, Thursday, whatever we're doing. Okay, no, the Thursday would be canceling the Thursday, August 13th.
Mhm.
And only, engaging the special meeting date of the 27th.
It wouldn't need to be a special meeting, it would just be a board
At
meeting.
6 a.m.
We already, it's on our calendar.
I know, but
We didn't post it yet, so it's not a special meeting until it's posted, then changed.
It's reported to the state,
as,
that calendar every year. I submit it, all the calendar dates are submitted to the town clerk,
27th already submitted as a calendar date?
correct,
Oh, so it's fine, it's just a
Yeah.
board meeting.
regular.
Regular.
Yeah. You didn't know what date you were gonna pick, Yep.
Nothing on the 11th or 13th.
correct.
Okay. In the right spot.
6 p.m. on the 27th.
okay, just a motion to, we should,
Yeah, you have to.
just make a quick motion to cancel the August 13th regular Board of Ed meeting and hold
Not
the
special.
Board of Ed meeting on August 27th.
Regular.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed, none heard, motion passes. Okay. So that concludes new business and meeting notes for future meetings. We can move into executive session. We just need a motion to invite Superintendent Scott Fetter for the purposes of discussing the personnel negotiations as per CT State Statute 1-2006A and B.
Motion.
Second.
Favor? Aye. Opposed, none heard, motion motion passes.